I've been a Daft Punk fan as long as I can remember. My first experience with them was through the music video for Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. I thought the song was rad, and the music video was interesting too. It features these 4 blue aliens going through some kind of transformation to look more human. Whenever I watched the video, it always felt like I was missing some context, and I'd eventually learn that the video is actually from a full movie called Interstella 5555, the story of the secret star system. The movie has no spoken words and is actually played to Daft Punk's second studio album, Discovery. And I never found the chance to watch the full movie except for the clips that I could find online, but I did grow to love Daft Punk and still actively listen to their music. And when I'd heard earlier this year that they were going to be remastering Interstella and taking it to theaters, I was pumped. I finally had a chance to watch the movie in full. I couldn't be more excited. It was easily one of my most highly anticipated movies of the year. When the day came, I made my way to the theater, got to my seat, and settled in for what I was hoping would be an awesome ride. The movie opens with the song One More Time, and I'm vibing to the music, but something visually seems off with the movie. Smaller details look weirdly smoothed over, and certain lines are flickering in odd ways that I don't remember from the music videos. And after about 5 minutes, I eventually realized the way they remastered the movie was through AI. I was coping at first, hoping that it wouldn't be noticeable throughout the whole movie, but it was never not noticeable. It just took so much away from the original animation. Every time I noticed it, it just took me out of the movie completely. I couldn't enjoy it. There have been countless videos at this point about the dangers of AI mixing with art, so I won't get too into the weeds. I'll just say after that experience, I am completely against AI being used as a tool for art, even if it's just to remaster someone's work. There's just something about the fact that so many of the animations just weren't the original anymore. They were tampered and mangled to try and make it look better when overall it just became a worse experience for me. It's also frustrating because now I feel like I'm going to have to do more research on any remaster moving forward, maybe even any movie I go see, which sounds exhausting, but I don't want to support a project that potentially took work away from real artists or mess with someone's original work. I understand that AI has been on the horizon for a while now, but this was the first major experience I had where I actually saw just how much it takes away from something I was genuinely excited about. If you pay attention in the trailer they released too, you can see the flickering and weird smoothing that happens in certain scenes. I didn't watch this leading up to the movie, and honestly I don't know if I would have caught it before buying my ticket, and it's not exactly like they advertised how they went about remastering it. I also wonder why it had to be done this way. If there aren't any high quality original versions of a movie, I think that just solidifies my love for physical media more. The idea that someone's passion project is potentially lost, and this is their solution to preserving it, what if that becomes the only version that you can find? It's scary. The holidays have been awful too with the amount of AI generated ads running lately. It really just makes me dread where we're headed. Every time I saw one of those ads, it just reminded me of how disappointed I was in this remaster. Now, I didn't want this whole video to be negative, so I do want to highlight Leiji Matsumoto, the visual director for Interstella 5555. Please check out his other works. Galaxy Express 999 was a fun one that I checked out recently and really enjoyed. I also think it's going to become more and more important to support individual artists if the bigger companies are going to start relying on AI more, so I did also want to highlight some artists that I personally enjoy. And since we are rolling into 2025, I did want to give an end-of-year update on my movie Spreadsheet. I know I said I was going to be finished by the end of the year, but unfortunately it does not look like I'm going to make that goal. I don't know what happened. I was making good progress, and then out of nowhere something just... Yeah, that's my bad. I got distracted with games, and I found this store nearby with a huge used movie catalog, so honestly, I've been buying movies faster than I can watch them. I now currently own 325 movies, and I've rewatched 204 of them, which brings me to about 62% complete. Paprika is one I got recently and was happy to finally watch. It's now one of my favorite movies. Now, it didn't make it into the top 10 with my average ranking system that I'm using, but I'm sure once I get to the final ranking, it's going to go a lot further. And here's a quick list of some other movies that I've also enjoyed revisiting lately. Although my top 5 hasn't changed since the last video, my bottom 5 did have some additions. Skyline is now my lowest ranked movie, and Madame Web has unsurprisingly sneaked into the 4th position. I honestly think I could do a whole video about Madam Web. I actually really enjoy it with how fun bad it is. I think something special happens when a movie has problems behind the scenes like Madam Web was heavily rumored to have. It's like capturing lightning in a bottle, but the bottle had to ADR
something spider jungle.
Although I didn't make as much progress as I wanted to before the end of the year, it does feel like I am at least getting close to the final leg of this. I am realizing there are still certain movies I'm actively avoiding, but it will only get tougher if I save those until the end, or else the last 10 to 15% of this will be a real slog to get through. I'm hoping 2025 will be the year that I finish this, but even after rewatching everything, I still have to go in and make the final ranking, so we'll see how things go. Also, let me know if there's any particular stats you may be interested in with the spreadsheet, and I'll try and keep track if I make another video. But yeah, thanks for listening to my rant. Hope everyone has a safe and happy new year.